I pretended to be bankrupt during my divorce, then bought a mansion the day the papers were signed. The whole thing started when I caught my wife rummaging through my home office at 3 in the morning, photographing documents with her phone. She claimed she was looking for aspirin, but the stack of financial papers in her hands told a different story. That moment, standing there in my pajamas watching her scramble to put everything back, I realized our marriage had become a business transaction, and I was about to get cleaned out. My attorney warned me that she'd hired one of the most aggressive divorce lawyers in the state, someone known for squeezing every penny out of wealthy husbands. The writing was on the wall when she started asking detailed questions about my investments, my business partnerships, even my grandmother's antique jewelry collection. She'd transformed from the woman who used to bring me coffee in bed to someone calculating the value of everything I owned. The depression hit me like a freight train during those first few weeks after she filed. I'd wake up at dawn, stare at the ceiling, and wonder how 15 years of marriage had crumbled into spreadsheets and asset valuations. My buddies kept telling me to fight back, to hire an even nastier lawyer, but something about the whole legal warfare approach made my stomach turn. I needed a different strategy, something that would level the playing field without destroying what little dignity I had left. That's when I remembered my grandfather's stories about the Great Depression, how ordinary people had to get creative to survive when the system worked against them. He used to tell me about families who'd hide their valuables, create fake debts, and make themselves appear poorer than they were to avoid losing everything. The idea seemed crazy at first, but the more I thought about it, the more sense it made. I started by liquidating my obvious assets quietly, converting stocks and bonds into cash through small, untraceable transactions. Every week, I'd withdraw modest amounts from different accounts, never enough to trigger any automatic reporting systems. The money went into a safety deposit box registered under my business name, which had been dormant for years. My wife's lawyer would see the account activity, but it would look like I was hemorrhaging money, not hiding it. The hardest part was selling my prized possession, a restored vintage motorcycle that had taken me 3 years to rebuild. I'd spent countless weekends in the garage, replacing every bolt and wire, turning a rust bucket into something beautiful. Letting it go to a collector in another state felt like cutting off a limb, but I needed the transaction to look legitimate. The buyer paid cash, and that money disappeared into my hidden stash along with everything else. Next came the fake debts, and this required some serious creativity. I had a college buddy who ran a small construction company, and he agreed to help me create a paper trail showing I'd borrowed substantial amounts for a failed renovation project. We backdated invoices, created email chains about cost overruns, and even took photos of deliberately sloppy work around my house. To anyone investigating, it would look like I'd thrown good money after bad trying to fix a disaster.